Looks like it's going to be 4 Paladins over for Team 1. That seems like a lot of Paladins, by the way. Go pink team. Yeah, that seems like a lot. Why are there so many Paladins over in Team 1? That's not up to the rules. We got ourselves Kumar, Sal, we're all on the Team 2 as a Boomy. Gonna be first up versus Anton. Trying to see if we might be able to make Necrolord work. We got ourselves Squinchy over on the Team 2. We got Krager ready to go. We got Mogdam in the back, and we got Sua waiting out for his turn. So did cross-faction work or not, chat? I don't think it may have. I think we got actually a Horde versus Horde team. We're gonna have to give this another try. Gonna be a stun on Kumar for a second, but he's gonna try to see if he can dip out of there, pop in a trick, and try to catch a few heals with a regrowth as the army of the undeads with the A-bomb is slowly advancing towards him, with Anton finally on top of the druid. Gonna be a full silence with the Fury of Elune, with a Warship to follow as Kumar trying to do the most amount of damage, try to use flaps in order to get himself a little bit of a distance. Does get a lot of dots onto Anton, who's gonna pop a Battle Master trick and give himself a little bit extra health to work with. Gonna be a bear form with the thorns up for Kumar. Needs to make sure he got himself a defensive bear form. Radisson gets hit with a stun by Anton, because you know it's going to be some damage coming out of the Death Knight very, very soon. Anton does go for that ancient hysteria, trying to go for a little bit extra damage. So a lot of Fester wounds sitting onto Kumar with Anton. Lots of dots on him. Is going to be going for a stun onto Kumar, trying to see if he might be able to go for a big execute. Does have a big Soul Reaper on Kumar, who is potentially going to be the execute damage. Looks like he was able to avoid it while inside a bear form, trying to continuously get himself as much healing with a possible regrowth to follow, but Anton is going to end up swiping him out with a quick interrupt by Sua, trying to see if he can maybe deny Anton any kind of recovery there. Fleshcraft completely gone. Big explosion to follow. Anton got nothing real left except for IBF. Does have some plenty of healing. No dampening just yet. Got himself a little bit of runic power to work with. But Sua with them Beast Mastery 100 buffs recently got a lot more sustained damage. Killshot's doing more damage. Pet's doing more damage. Got himself just overall a better setup. With Snow gonna be up next. Why do we have a 4-man Paladin team over in Team 1, by the way? Why is there 4 Paladins? I actually, maybe it was one of those situations where Ava Marie was trying to set up a cross-faction team and maybe had 2 alliance players, and then found out that, wait, maybe cross-faction doesn't work, decided to go play it safe, booted a couple allies, picked up a couple hordes. They just ended up being all beef and all pink. Oh, actually, are all of them beef? Ava Marie is beef. Kili is beef. Emery is not beef, so we got one that's masquerading as a big old Tauren. Snow taking a lot of damage, got himself the next auto check. He's gonna do proc and wings, going for the bubble as he's feeling the pressure from Sua. Can Sua blast out these Paladins 1v4? Is he going to be able to do it? Bubble is gone for Snow. Kill shot is going to be pretty deadly. Trying to go for a stun. Big wings with the Warship to follow for Sua. Trying to go for as much damage. So it looks like Snow is going to have to turn around and go for as much healing as possible. Is he going to be able to throw trinkets out of the freezer trap just to keep himself afloat and moving? Sua tried to go around the corner, maybe popped up with a couple of Cobra shots, but doesn't want to hang around with the Paladin too much, letting the pets do a lot of that damage. Snow is going to have wings back up and running every single time those pets are landing those auto attack crits on him and ability crits with bites and claws and shreds. Looks like it's going to build up for another set of wings for Snow, but looks like before he can use it, it's going to be Sua going in for a big old stun to lock him down with a grenade to follow, not giving him much opportunity to really play the game. Going to be Cop up next as a yet another Retribution Paladin. I think also was Snow and Necrolord, but we know this one is going to be Necrolord. Does have a lot of damage. One does have a lot of blasting opportunity. Does have a lot of blasting potential. Freezer trap onto Cop. Dude, I'm swapping to wrong Paladin. I'm literally thinking of a Torn Paladin. I'm swapping to Ave Maria in my head already. I already got that mindset. Gonna be Sua trying to go for a bit of a death chakram, slow onto Cobb with a freezing trap right after Cobb with a trinket, trying to see if he can blast out damage back into Sua with a war stop right after. Gonna be a turtle shell to follow, and Sua trying to see if he might be able to survive a lot of the opportunity, a lot of the burst out of Cobb. So just making sure to min-max that range on him. Gonna be the Bestial Wrath. Maybe can ramp up for a bit of damage. He still needs to burn through a bubble if at all possible. Cop is gonna remove what looks like chimeric poison off himself, but the slows are still gonna be on him. Looks like Sua is gonna pull the pets back for just a second. Cop looking just to re-engage with the Hunter. Is gonna be a stun with full set of wings. Is gonna be dead for Sua. Gonna go for a feign death with a stun to follow Cop with a bubble. It looks like Sua is gonna be going down. Slammed out of the park completely with either Kragar ready to go or potentially Mogden. Both of them are staring at him. Instead, it looks like it's going to be Critchy with a full bleed build as a Feral Druid. Wings are up for Cop with a Shield of Vengeance. Got himself a little bit of damage, a little bit of defense, but looks like, I don't know if he's really got himself the resource to keep alive. Looks like for now he does. Another auto attack is going to proc instead of Wings. Going to be stunned to Critchy, forcing out a Trinket out of the Feral Druid. If Cop can live out this full go by the Feral, the next stun could be even deadlier than ever before, and by then maybe he'll have some resembling Wings. He does still have a big Wings procs right now. Next auto attack could be very, very deadly. I don't know if he's going to use it. He might just have to right here. Might just have to use the defensive. It looks like Critchy is just going to walk in, pop some bleeds, and walk away. Get a couple Moonfires, but let's look mostly for the reset. 7 minutes in the duel, 30% dampener. Can Cop somehow pull it off? Critchy with a quick swipe. Does hit a maim. Maybe wants to go for the root. Looks like it's going to be immediate Hand of Freedom as soon as Cop expects a root out of Critchy. Looks like he wants to put in some pressure. The Druid is going to go for Frenzy Region really, really early. I don't think that was an emergent Frenzy Region. Going to be a Flash Gun, but Cop was right outside of it, outside of the War Stop before that Flash Gun. Is going to go for Flash Gun to Zova, knowing there's no more trouble for Critchy. And maybe might be able to ramp up a little bit of damage of his own. He got some bleeds on him. Maybe he could just let those bleeds stack up and eventually proc him the Wings with the Crusader proc. Going to be a stun to Critchy. Does save a go. It is going to force a set of barks out of him with the War Stop right after. Does he have enough damage? Looks like he tried to make that Resonating Trap or Resonating Grenade Trinket work, but looks like it just wasn't quite enough. If only Cop can just get next to him fast enough. Going to be a cyclone out of Critchy. Cop is going to go for a Trinket for it. Might be a little bit ballsy. It's going to use a Shield of Vengeance onto Critchy. He does have him basically in the dead, unless he's got it messed up somehow. Looks like he's going to go for a little bit of a BM slash wave with a Wake of Ashes, taking the boy out. And just removing him out of the game with Kragar, trying to see if he can chase up versus Cop. Cop no longer has anything to keep him alive here versus Kragar. The warrior chugging, tussling along over to the Paladin. It looks like he should be able to blast through him. Free. It's going to be Reflect available in case there's a Hodge out for Cop. Kragar trying to see if he can continue the damage versus Cop. It is going to be able to tussle him down. With a Mary. Okay, what happened to Ave Maria, by the way? Ave Maria is no longer here. Wait, what did the Paladins never get to play? I guess that is one less Paladin for us to watch, because that is a lot of Paladins on one team. But one of the Paladins just never even get to play. Just bailed. And Mary is going to try to see if he can survive the onslaught by Kragar. Going to be procs of that Reckless Abandon. Orches and Mary. Not much he can really do about it. Does go for an eye for an eye. Try to see if he can reduce some of the damage with Kragar. Kragar see the big burst out of the Paladin. Is going to pop a Trinket for that one. And Mary looking to close the gap with the Warrior. Quick Fear is going to Trinket out of it. The only thing he's really got right now to get out of CC is going to be a Blessing of Protection or a Bubble. As Kragar does at least force out some sort of CC immunity or CC breaker out of a Mary. And Kragar is looking pretty recovered. Well on health, actually. Doing pretty good. Reflect is up in case maybe Mary goes for a Hodge on himself. Looks like he avoids that. Going to be Shield of Vengeance. Might just have to go for a Bubble or a Blessing of Protection. Getting quite a bit of valuable damage from Kragar. Kragar does go for a little bit of self-healing. It looks like he's going to have to go for as much survivability as possible. This game, so Battle Master Stricken as a Hodge came down. And Mary is out of wings. Looks like this is going to be a impending victory. Let him catch up a little bit of health. Even though he's looking to hit a Paladin with an immunity, impending victory still provides a health either way. Giving Kragar a little bit more bolstered survivability. And Mary looking for a complete reset versus Kragar. Bob was used. Bubble, the only thing that's standing between him and the Warrior, who's just gotten Reckless Abandon back up. Does he have the banner as well? If he can get the banner, he'll be in a fantastic spot. Reckless Abandon up early in case there was a Hodge right now out of a Mary. Blazer might have been able to soak it. Doesn't Mary have himself the Hodge or anything, or is that his one opportunity to get some CC on Kragar? Trying to go for slows and Kragar as best he can. There goes the Hodge. Kragar does not have a way out of it. Doesn't Mary have enough damage though? Looks like he's able to poke at Kragar a little bit, but the banner is going to give the Warrior a little bit more longevity. Just give him a little bit more of that mobility. Got himself the movement speed increase to 130. Gonna be the bubble out of it. Mary. Kragar needs to line the sight of the bubble in order to be able to shatter. It looks like it's going to be a Flesh Cap for a Mary. Kragar decides, you know what, I'm not going to go for a shatter just yet. And Mary just used Flesh Cap. He could go for a shatter on that Flesh Cap instead. Reflect in case Mary goes for a Hammer of Justice. Does Kragar have Blade Sword back up? He got himself wrecked. That's going to be Reckless Abandon. No ways to break out of that stun as the Mary played it defensively. But actually, it looks like it wasn't even a real reckless abandon for Cracker. It looks like that's the real reckless abandon. If you can just catch up back to Mary, you might be okay. They had a freedom is keeping the Paladin moving. Gonna be Cracker going in for crushing blows in order to get those short-term charges towards the Mary. Trying to stay on a big damage out of the Pally with the eye for an eye. Cracker could go for defense of his own. Has a Mary in that execute range. Just needs to make sure to leap over to him. But Mary actually at no health whatsoever, literally sitting on living on borrowed health. And Cracker just goes over to run him over, just tackling the boy down to the ground. Cracker getting 2 kills on the Paladins, and it looks like both lots of the Paladins in Team 1 never actually got a chance to play. I think there's at least 1 Paladin that I've got to play, or 2, or wait, hold on, Death I got to play. There was Cop and Mary and Snow, so only 1 guy never got to play. Actually, it's basically like a 4v5, wasn't it?